Hi Gemini, welcome to your weekly love tarot forecast. This is for the week of December 17th through December 23rd, 2018. I'm going to start by pulling a card for your overall energy in regards to love and romance for this week. So let's see what's going on, Gemini. Ooh, you guys got the Power card. This says, exciting new adventures and opportunities beckon you. Take action. The power is in your hands. Remember, it is the power of love, not the love of power. So, Gemini, with this, I get a lot of different messages, actually. You guys kind of have the upper hand this week, okay? And you may be extended some offers and opportunities that are a bit out of the norm or make you a step quite a bit outside of your comfort zone. You know, this card is predominantly yellow, other than the background pretty much of the wording. And yellow is the solar plexus chakra. And that's our powerhouse, right? That's where we assert ourselves. That's, you know, where we make things happen. That's where our action comes from, the divine masculine energy. That's you this week, Gemini. You are in control. You hold the key. It's up to you. The ball is in your court. And again, there's interesting opportunities coming your way this week. And with that being the energy, I would say do it. Just try it, even if it's something totally crazy. Now, lastly, I kind of feel for some Geminis, this might be about a power struggle between you and who you're dating, or you and who you are in a committed relationship with. So there might be some push and pull where one of you really wants to open up to something new, and the other one is like, yeah, I don't know about that. All right, so let's pull some more cards, Gemini, and see what else is gonna come out. Alright, so we have the Six of Pentacles over here, and we have the Chariot over here. So yeah, definitely a power struggle going on for some of you out there this week. I want victory. I want victory. However, this energy, which I predominantly see as you, is very empowering. Okay, the Six of Pentacles in this position. And this is card 6, this is card 7. So I like the synchronicity of that. Now, over here, this is the Chariot. You know, I'm willing to wage the war for what I believe in, what I want to fight for, and I will do whatever it takes, and I will be victorious. So Gemini, you and somebody else, it is like a big time power struggle where it's but it's not heavy energy. It's not yucky energy, at least not so far with what's come out. It's playful, but yet we're both very stubborn and we want what we want. Now, others of you, this is where there's some opportunity or offer coming your way this week, and it really will push you outside of your comfort zone, like big time. But do it, Gemini. Do it, because you, I think, are going to have more fun than you anticipate that you will. So let's pull some more cards. Man, and Gemini, if somebody is pursuing you, like they're just hot for you, man, they are just laying it on thick this week. If you are not interested, if you're truly not interested, it's like you're going to have to really assert yourself and let them know and stand your ground. No flirting, no nothing. Like you just have to say, look, I really don't see you that way, and hold your ground, because it's like they will do whatever it takes to get your attention, to get the time of day with you, Gemini. Over here, look at that, heart-to-heart conversations. Yes, Gemini, anybody coming at you that you just have no interest in, if you want to let them down easy, you want to sugarcoat it, you don't want to, you know, hurt anybody's feelings, that's not the approach to take this week. You can say what you need to say softly, yet be very firm in your stance. It's, you know, I'm not over my ex, so I'm not ready for a relationship. That's not the answer. It has to be outright, look, you're cool, but I'm not interested in you. Like, I just don't feel that connection with you, and nothing will change that. Like, you've got to be incredibly clear about it. And even if you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, you've got to make it that black and white so that there is no window of hope for them. Like, you need to make sure, however you articulate yourself, if you're not interested, that there is no confusion that you have absolutely no interest. And if you're somebody who's really like bubbly and outgoing and, you know, touchy, like, let me hug you when I see you, let me hug you when we're saying goodbye, you know, everybody's different, that your personality, your energy, your charisma may be mistaken by this person, okay, where they see those traits within you and they're personalizing them as if it means something more than it does. They're not recognizing that that's just you and you're being you. So if you have this going on this week, Gemini, even if you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, seriously, you've got to be very, very clear that there's no chance, there's no hope, there's no nada. Otherwise, it's like they see a window of opportunity. If you're like, oh, I'm just, you know, I'm caught up on something, or I'm taking a break from dating right now, like, you just, the excuses everybody gives, right? It's, no, you've got to just be straight and real. Now, for others of you, where we're kind of in this power struggle with who we're dating or who we're in a committed relationship, be very real. Be very firm in what you want and what you need, Gemini, but, you know, be real about it. Be flexible, but only so far, because this person, this energy is very strong, okay? It's like, I want my way. And you want to give them their way. Like, you do, but you need to make sure that you are being satisfied and taken care of too. And there's just something kind of off here, and that's why there's this power struggle over here. Look at that, unrequited love. Like, we didn't see that coming after my whole speech about if somebody, you know, is pursuing you and you're really not interested. Well, there you go, Gemini. Back to that. If you're not interested, that's how clear you have to make it. Now, oh, those of you in the power struggle, they might accuse you, Gemini, if you don't give them their way and give them what they want. They might accuse you like, oh, you don't love me, or you're not as committed to this as I am. Like, that freaking whole song and dance. Oh, Gemini, don't let your love manipulate you into getting what they want. And this could be something really minor, you know, about plans you had made to go do something, and they want to break them and go do something else, and they're really, really, you know, trying to just lay it on thick to get their way. It could be something like that, all right? For others of you, this could be something much, much larger and more significant, where this side wants what they want, and they will do whatever it takes to get it. Now, this is a general reading, so this could be kind of malicious, right? And controlling and possessive energy over here, trying to take you over. Like, their agenda is all that matters, all right? And some of you who are dealing with that unrequited love that you have no interest back, they're very forceful on you, and you may have in the past tried to express, hey, I just don't feel you. I'm not down with you like that. It's almost like they don't hear you. At this point, it's like you are a possession to be obtained. Some of them have been in the pursuit so long that it's like they just have to have you. They forgot what they're even pursuing you for. All right? So, Gemini, the moment arises this week, you put them in their place, set them straight 100%. And hopefully that will eradicate it and you won't have to deal with it anymore. Those of you dating or committed and in the power struggle, do not let them manipulate you, Gemini, with, oh, you don't love me, or, oh, you would have done this for your ex, or just, you know, whatever we say to get our way with our lover. We know which buttons to push, so you better believe they know which buttons to push. So let's pull some more cards, Gemini. Well, we have the spring card here, so we'll put that out. This is like a separate message, bonus message. So actually going to pop that up right there. All right. We have a tribe. We have victim. Awakening. Vibrations. And recognition. All right, Gemini. So, okay. Yes, so we're going to start with the unrequited love, unwanted attention. This person really believes, Gemini, that there is something between the two of you. Like, they've created this whole, like, fantasy almost in their mind, based on scant things, like, you know, different, just things you've said or done. They really took it to mean so much more than you ever intended it to. Like, you'd never even thought about it. Like, it wasn't even a second thought for you. And they spent like hours or days analyzing that one thing you said, or that one thing you did, or you looked at them just a little bit longer, and did that mean that you made like that? Like, oh my God, Gemini, I'm sorry, it's so freaking obsessive. And that type of energy gives me anxiety and kind of like makes my skin crawl, because it's a lot of people, when they are really into somebody else and they're feeling all these emotions, they don't know how overpowering that energy can feel to somebody who is not interested back. And that's just what I feel. It's very overwhelmed, like being overtaken. Like, does what I think and what I feel even matter or factor into this? Like, hey, hello, have you ever even stopped to think and consider how I feel about you? Like, you just want me in your life, you want to have me, you want to own me, you want to possess me, but have you ever thought about me and my happiness? And do I like you back? Do you think like I'll just be with you and somehow magically I'm gonna fall in love with you and feel the same vibe? Yeah, it doesn't work like that, does it? It's either the vibes are either there or they're not. And this particular person, Gemini, those of you who are dealing with that, you've got to put them in their place and make them recognize that they are reading the signs very, very wrong. And there is no chance, no way, no how, no day. It's just never going to go down. And that's going to wake them up, okay? And they're going to say, okay, Gemini's not interested. Now, those of you in this power struggle, listen. Here we are, where they're guilting you, Gemini. Oh, you don't love me, or you don't care, or if you really wanted to make this work, you would do that. Yeah, they're playing that card. But you stand your ground, you know, you stand your ground, because, you know, they're going to come around. They're going to recognize that it just doesn't work like that, okay? You have to desire it from inside of you. Otherwise, there's no point in it. And that, you know what? Honestly, that's definitely the theme of this reading, Gemini, where whether you're in a committed relationship, dating, where you do love back and you're interested in all that, or this is a case where there's this unrequited love just trying to push its way into your life. You can't give people what they want in order to try to not hurt feelings or to appease them or whatever. Because when your heart is truly not in it, you're just doing it because you feel obligated, you know, or kind of like forced into it. Because with this unrequited love, like some of you, I feel like maybe talk to this person more than you truly desire to, or you hang out with them more than you truly desire to, and it's almost like you feel forced or obligated into it because they have really been there or have done some things for you, and it's just, it feels gross to me. I'm sorry for those of you that are experiencing that. And if you're cross-watching, listen, I don't know that you should watch this if you're a Gemini or if you're dating a Gemini, unless that whole power struggle thing talks to you, because, you know, cross-watchers tend to get incredibly offended whenever the other side of the reading is more of a negative energy. And so if that's not who you are, then this is not talking about you. This is not your sun sign. This is Gemini's sun sign. And I promise you, there's Geminis out there that are dating people or dealing with situations like this. Even if that is not you who is interested in a Gemini or dating a Gemini, okay? There are Geminis who are going through this. This is their sun sign. So there's different messages that will come through that even if you're their partner, won't even pertain to you, because this is their sun sign videos. So there's all kinds of Geminis watching this. Just like your sun sign video is going to most likely resonate more from your perspective than it would be from their perspective coming in. And I hate having to explain this, but I just get the most ridiculous comments, and I'm like, hey, this is a general reading, so no, I don't know your situation. I'm not even seeing you in my head. I just feel energy, and I read the story the cards are telling me. I don't see you, so no, I don't know your personal situation. And B, if this is not your sun sign, you have to really kind of disconnect from the message, because this is for Geminis. And if you're not a Gemini, very little is going to be brought up about you in this, unless your particular Gemini partner, universe knows, is watching this reading. Then probably, yeah, but that's probably not the case. Your Gemini partner is probably never going to watch this. So, and I get it the most on Gemini. That's why I really explain this, because I don't want to offend anybody. And if this isn't you, it's not you. But there's Geminis that are going through this. And if you're all about a Gemini and you think they're feeling you too, and this isn't speaking to you, that's okay. Because again, there's Geminis who are dealing with this and really need to know that now is the time to set somebody straight and just not sugarcoat to save feelings or anything. Now, those of you in the power struggle, again, it doesn't feel like super heavy. I just think if you get sucked into the way they're trying to play on your emotions to get their way, whatever that is, that's kind of where you'll start getting upset unnecessarily and things like that. So Gemini, just stand your ground this week. You have the upper hand. The ball's in your court. With spring here, there's new energy coming in to your world. So this could be the new energy where you finally just feel empowered and you're like, okay, if I have to hurt somebody's feelings, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it, be done with it, because I can't take this anymore. I'm not going to freaking accommodate somebody else and tolerate this. If, you know, you've got to stand up to your partner who's really pushing to get their way and it's something that you just are not down for whatsoever, stand your ground, Gemini, because even if they're playing the victim, they're going to wake up and recognize that they can't force that on you, because even if you give them what they want, if you aren't happy, if you don't really want it, it's pointless. Like, it's empty and you won't be fully present. And, you know, that's not only incredibly unfair for you, that's not much fun for your partner. So, you know, that was one thing I would always say to my ex is like, well, if you don't really want to do this, don't do it. What's the point? Because you're not going to be fully present or we're going to fight about it later, right? So, you know, I just think we're going to have this conversation, you and whoever you're dealing with, where you're like, look, I accommodate you and I compromise for you quite a bit. and I'm not happy in that. And you always play this victim card when I'm not giving you your way, and you've got to stop that. Like, that's not going to fly in this relationship. Like, you've got to overcome this. You cannot always get your way. I just feel like you and this person very competitive, but your guys' energy together is quite phenomenal. Like, there's a lot of friction in all the right ways. Do you know what I mean? But when we start getting real heated with each other, it can cause an explosion. But you guys have great energy and chemistry, and you've got to let them know that they can't push you, they can't bully you, they can't be controlling and possessive to get their way with you, because if you're not in 100%, then nobody's having a good time. So Gemini, Venus is in Scorpio, and I'm going to pull a couple of cards here to see what Venus is offering you this week in regards to love and romance, because Scorpio is incredibly powerful, transformational, intense energy. So over here, emotions. Yeah, yep, you know what? That makes perfect sense for you, Gemini, with this whole reading. It says, honor your sensitivity. Emotional issues that surround you pass as you take time to reflect, heal, and restore your positive energy. So, Gemini, with this, it's exactly everything I said. Those of you who are dealing with this unrequited love, it's like you've got to honor yourself and stop being so sensitive to them and their feelings, and be a bit more sensitive to yourself this week, because I just think it's getting to be too much to where it's affecting you in a very negative way at this point. And if you have to see this person on the daily, like you go to school with them, you work with them, they run in your circle of close friends, it's almost like you're starting to avoid certain things just so you don't have to see them or deal with them. And when you're doing that, you are accommodating them way too much. You've got to put them in their place. That's what this is about right here. And those of you where we're having this power struggle in our relationship, again, you've got to honor yourself and let them know, look, if I'm not in it, if I don't feel it, hate me all you want. It's not going to be fun for anybody. And you can't force that, right? You can't force yourself to be excited to go do something you don't want to do. Yes, you've got to compromise in relationships, and you've got to do things you don't want to do sometimes, but this to me feels like it's more habitual. It's more of the repetitive way things go. Like, you don't get your way that often, and you're accommodating their wants, their needs more. And at this point, you're kind of pulling your energy back, and that's why you have the upper hand, because you're like, look, I'm tired of this. No, I'm not giving you your way anymore. Get over yourself. And look over, yeah, look at as I say that. Over here on this side, they're feeling a bit of a loss. It says, feelings of disappointment and loss will soon fade as you find strength in love. Love is patient and kind, so persist, learn, and emerge stronger. This is your partner or whoever you're dealing with realizing that, you know what, they can't always get their way. They've got to play fair. And, they've got to accommodate you and, what you want and what you need as much as you do that for them. And those of you where you've got to cut off or really put somebody in their place, they're definitely going to feel sadness. And you know what, Gemini, I hear some of you be like, what are you talking about? How are they going to feel any sort of loss? Like, nothing has even happened here. Well, Gemini, nothing may have happened for you, but for them, it was like everything. Like, you were the sun, moon, and stars, and they were hoping like you guys were going to run off into the sunset together, okay? Or if this is like a romantic situation that you just don't feel all together and you've ended it, and they're just like still hanging on and pining, and you're setting them straight this week, they're going to feel lost, and you're like, how? Or this could be where it's been like a couple years and you're like, really still? Like, what's up? You need to move on. So Gemini, this week with spring here, you're going to set people straight. And it's creating new energy, new vibrations, and there's some recognition here. where you're going to have more respect, and this victim card isn't going to be played on you, all right? But you've got to articulate yourself and really assert yourself and put your boundaries out there. So Gemini, those are your messages for this week. And before I let you go, I just want to say that I'm going to be on Heather's show on Tuesday, December 18th, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And we are just going to kind of have an open show wherever Spirit leads, and then we're going to open the phone lines to free readings. So I hope that you guys can join us. I've left a link in the description box below this video, and I have also posted about this on my community page. So I am wishing you a fantastic week, Gemini. Take care.